Did unethical human experimentation continue after World War II? You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Although the horrendous medical studies of World War II are the best known instances of diabolical human experimentation, they're not the only examples. Stories of unethical experiments don't often make the news in the modern age, but that doesn't mean all of these torturous experiments stopped. In fact, it's impossible to know how many continue today. Here's where it gets crazy. Countries around the world have conducted secret experiments involving disease, eugenics, and more. Often, knowledge of these experiments doesn't surface for decades, and it takes even longer for the responsible governments to acknowledge the events. Take the Tuskegee experiments, where the US government knowingly injected innocent African American men with syphilis. These men were not told about the infection, and their symptoms were monitored for 40 years. The CIA's attempt at mind control and influence led to the disastrous MK-Ultra projects, where various citizens were unknowingly dosed with LSD. The government didn't restrict itself to US territory either. In 2010, the public learned that American doctors had infected almost 700 Guatemalans with syphilis or gonorrhea. Some of their victims were prisoners, while others were soldiers and mental patients. These are just a few examples, a drop in a very deep bucket. US doctors also conducted disease experiments in the Philippines and radiation tests over Canada, the United States, the Marshall Islands, and more. At this point, it's necessary to note that the vast majority of these experiments were conducted before ethical concerns became as important as they are today. Inmates were often used as guinea pigs for everything from chemical exposure and radiation to psychological torture and brainwashing. Other countries have participated in similar experiments or at times collaborated with one another. But as humanity's understanding of medical ethics evolved, these state-sponsored experiments became a thing of the past. Not exactly. According to defectors from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the North Korean government is conducting horrific experiments on inmates of its secret prison camps. These experiments echo the horrors of the Japanese and German laboratories of World War II, including exposure to poisonous gas, forced consumption of poisoned food, starvation, exposure to extreme temperatures, and more. Could other countries be conducting similar experiments today? While it's difficult to answer this question with any certainty, it is true that governments around the world have conducted secret medical experiments in the past, and it's not unreasonable to ask if there's still something they don't want you to know. Stay tuned to learn more about medical experimentation, Dyatlov Pass, and the Cold War.